Hey Mo, Powerline Industries. Want to show our industrial unit that we built for our friend in the islands. Thanks, Laurent. Thanks for the support and the vote. I know you spent a week visiting all the other power wash distributors and manufacturers in the U.S. and chose us. Appreciate it. Okay, I want to go over your piece of equipment. This is a custom diesel unit built for one of the world's largest mines, and it's a diesel heated, diesel operated, and has a full pre-spray system on it and a fast load pump. And I want to show how the spray systems work first. So we've got two different guns. One's for acid, which is your pH of 1 solution. The other's for the alkali, which is your high pH. So that'll give you the shock on the surface. Got Steve here to help build this unit. And I'm going to pull out the hose. And we're going to show first how this is the acid side. So the black hose is the acid side. These are stainless fittings. They should hold up good under acid. Whenever you're handling chemical, make sure you protect your eyes and wear gloves and wear appropriate clothing. I got my fluorescent jacket on today. So we're going to show how this works. You got an on and off safety switch inside here. So you can override the outside switch because you don't want anybody just turning on the outside switch haphazardly. We've got the sun coming out on a winter day. I'm going to go ahead and flip this back switch on. And this is the chemical tank. Of course, the black hose runs the chemical tank. So we're live to do some spraying here. This just merely has water because we're getting ready to ship. Now we can put a fat boy system on if you really want to spray a long distance. This we're getting about 12 feet, which is plenty for big equipment. Land the chemical out. Then you'd follow it with the second step chemical to get a true two-step. So go ahead and turn that off, Steve, so that shows how that works. Okay, next to fill the tank, I know we spec'd in a small, this is a 4-cycle Honda pump. Steve, you can go ahead and show how that works real quick. I'm going to pull that out. So this you can show how to prime it as well.
Well, to prime it, you may have to hook the hose up and run water through it just to get it going, and then it should be fine after that.
It's a Honda.
Yeah.
You want to pull throttle? There you go. Okay, so if you want to fill a tank or pull water off of out of a lake or stream, or well, that's pretty good flow. That's probably 25 gallons a minute. Is that revved up all the way? Is that revved up all the way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so that shows how this works. Now I noticed you let the air off here as well. Is that a primer?
Yeah, you can take the lid off and fill it with water.
So you can take this lid off and fill it with water as well.
But depending if the hose is level or not, if you're pumping from a high pressure.
Okay, so there's the fill system on that. Next, we want to run the water blast side of this machine. Two things to make sure of. Make sure you have plenty of water in the tanks. And make sure you have plenty of fuel. There's two different sticks on the fuel, and they're off just a little bit on the draw for the burner and the draw for the engine. Now we'll come on around. We've got the two wash guns and hoses back here. Guns and hoses. That's a rock band, isn't it? All right, Steve-O, help me. Okay, so so when the valves are in the open position here, and come on around and show those. When they're with the flow, they're on, and against the flow, you're off. Okay, so this is a special 12-foot trailer with super light tongue weight for to come on in compliance for to meet compliance with French Island regulations. Come on around and we'll show the switches over here. Come on around and show that. There's a high dollar video, another one right here. Okay, so you've got two options here. You've got remote control as well as manual. We'll do remote control first. So I'm going to flip the switch on remote. You'll see the light go on. Also, the third thing to keep in mind is keep your battery charged. So that light goes on. We leave the burner in the off position. And I'll set the thermostat where we want to run. Let's say we want to run hot. So let's say we pre-sprayed our equipment with the chemical and we want to fire up the unit. So you'll hear this. So we leave the switch in the neutral position, off. Okay, so here we press the switch once. You'll hear it click. We'll let the car go by. That arms it. The second one starts it. So you can go ahead and pull the trigger. We like to pull the trigger when we're starting. And then this turns the burner on. So you can see the burner. Okay, that's the remote control.
Say that again now.
Okay.
So much.
All right.
That one turns off.
So this turns the burner off right there. So I turn the burner off first. We just ran it for a little bit, so I know that coil's not red hot. And that turns the machine off. So you want to turn the burner off, then the machine off on the remote control. Next, I want to show how we run it manually. So I'm going to turn the remote off. I'm going to turn the burner on after it's running. So I'm going to go ahead and start, key start, and it has glow plugs. Of course, where this is going to is pretty hot. So as soon as the glow plug light goes out, I'm going to go ahead and start it. Then turn the burner on. You can see. Okay, one important feature to watch for is how it's burning. We set it a little bit rich. So when you get down to sea level, you get a lot more air. So that air is going to help it burn. Keep an eye on how that's burning. That's really important. So kind of do a walk around here on the engine. You've got your fuel filter on this side, air filter here, fuel filter down here, radiator in front. Warm, not hot. Water filters here. You always got to make sure they're very tight. Unloader, relief valve here. You've got a nitrous injection that's pressurized. Really helps save the bumping on the heating coil. Premium general pump, belts back in there. We put a few hours on this so we know it's tight and right. You've got a 50 amp alternator to keep the battery hot, to keep the burner system charged. And then over here, oh, I'm going kind of fast. Of course, you got fuel tank in the back. Right here's your tanks. This is the rear tank, this is the front tank. The rear tank is generally for the recycled water. Front tank for the fresh water. So we'll do a little more walk around here. So this is the Alkali Spray system. So this goes to the other hose in the back. This is the yellow hose. We like having two different color hoses for it. So you've got a yellow hose. Again, you've got your off and on right here so that you can lock these toolboxes and it'll lock out. kids or anything like that. Anything. All right. So that's this video. Next video, I want to show the pod, our environmental pod that we've made to go with this. And you can use that environmental pod here in the States to put in the back of a pickup truck. EPA's back on their kick of catching the water, recycling the water, and our pod's really unique. I'm going to call it our pod because you can discharge the water, you can recycle the water, or you can send it back to landscape depending on the the area you're in. So it's all good. Thanks. Take a look at those mountains up there. Ski season.